TMC is over. Everybody knows it. The media knows it, the panel discussions know it, the voters know it. Even the rebels who left know it. And judging by the comment section, the astrologers know it too. So, congratulations. Story is closed. Mamata's finished. TMC is finished. BJP's won Bengal. Roll credits. Then explain one thing to me. If everyone is this certain, why does nobody involved seem willing to actually bet on it? Here's what happened. 20 Trinamool Congress MPs announced they're done with Mamata Banerjee. They're merging with a party called the Nationalist Citizens Party of India, NCPI. If you've never heard of it, relax. Neither had most of India until last Tuesday. Founded in 2023, run by a husband and wife, Utya Kundu and Sayoni Kundu. He's president, she's treasurer. According to its own election commission filings, NCPI ended one financial year with 75 rupees in cash. Not 75 lakh, not 75,000, 75 rupees. Total donations that year, 1,13,000. This is the vehicle 20 sitting members of parliament have chosen to carry the so-called future of Bengal politics. If the future is this obvious, why does the road to it look this strange? Here's the part that should bother you more than the comedy. If Bengal has genuinely rejected TMC, if Mamata's model is finished, if the future really does belong somewhere else, then why not resign? Why not walk up to the same voters who elected you on a TMC symbol in 2024 and say, I'm done with that symbol, give me a fresh mandate on a new one. Fight the election, win it clean. That's not a radical idea. Suvendu Adhikari did exactly that. Resigned, fought, won. Whatever you think of him politically, that's a mandate. What's happening instead is 20 MPs trying to keep the chair while telling everyone they no longer believe in the room. So instead of resigning, what do we get? A separate block, a merger claim, a legal grey zone so complicated that constitutional experts themselves can't agree on the outcome. Let's actually understand it. 30 seconds, no jargon. Before 2003, India's anti-defection law had a loophole. 1/3 of any party's legislators could split off and call themselves a separate group. Governments collapsed because of this. So Parliament shut the loophole. The 91st Amendment removed the split provision entirely. What's left today is just this. 2/3 of a legislature party can merge with another party and avoid disqualification. Avoid disqualification. Not become the party. Not inherit the symbol. Not take the organization, the workers, the cadre, the history. Just, you personally might keep your seat. The rebels say they've crossed 2/3. TMC says no, you're just 20 former TMC MPs. Some point to the Goa Congress case. Others point to the Supreme Court's Shiv Sena verdict. The Speaker is consulting lawyers. The Law Ministry is being asked for an opinion. Courts are bracing for challenges. Strip away every clause and subsection and the entire fight collapses into one sentence. The rebels are saying, we are the real TMC. TMC is saying, no, you are former TMC MPs. And the Constitution is simply asking, did the party merge or did the MPs just leave? That's the whole fight. And the fact that nobody can agree on the answer should tell you the outcome is not settled. Now here's where it gets genuinely interesting. Not Mamata, not Mahua Moitra, not even the 20 MPs who left. Rita Brata Banerjee. Because while everyone around him is announcing mergers, declaring victories, holding press conferences, he isn't. In fact, Rita Brata claims the MLAs supposedly aligned with his own faction found out about this MP-level merger through media reports. Sit with that for a second. You're claiming to be the real political party in Bengal, and the legislators who are supposedly your foot soldiers weren't even in the room for the biggest decision of the week? Experienced politicians don't usually fear uncertainty. They fear certainty. Because certainty is what gets you stranded on the wrong side of a deal nobody bothered to finalize with you. And right now, the person closest to the ground is the one acting least certain of all. And then there's BJP, or more precisely, BJP's silence. Where's the welcome rally? Where's the victory press conference? Where's the triumphant garlanding of 20 defectors who spent years calling BJP communal, authoritarian, anti-Bengal? Nothing. Quiet acknowledgement. Careful distance. The rebels sound certain. BJP sounds cautious. And in politics, what a party doesn't say is usually more honest than what it does say. BJP honestly sounds like a buyer doing due diligence before making the purchase. That is why the rebels are being rerouted through a proxy party like NCPI and not directly being merged into BJP, almost like a quarantine period. Consider Sudip Bandyopadhyay, 77 years old, a man who has survived Congress, survived TMC, survived arrests, survived decades of Bengal's political weather. He has chosen his side. He's gone. His wife is still standing with Mamata Banerjee. Same household, same dinner table, same political storm outside the window. Two completely different conclusions. Maybe Sudip sees something she doesn't. Maybe she sees something he doesn't. Maybe one of them is about to be very right, and maybe one of them is about to be very wrong. That image alone should tell you the future here is not nearly as settled as the headlines are pretending. People keep reaching for Chandrababu Naidu. It happened before, Andhra Pradesh, the great coup. Sure, it did happen. But Naidu didn't simply walk out with a press release. He controlled something. The organization, the cadre, the machinery, the state apparatus. He had a structure to walk into, not just a Lok Sabha seating chart. So ask the uncomfortable question. Which one of these 20 MPs is Chandrababu Naidu? Who controls the panchayats? Who controls the municipalities? Who controls the district committees? Who controls a single block-level office in rural Bengal? Silence. Exactly. Maybe TMC really is finished. Maybe Bengal has changed forever. Maybe the rebels have read this perfectly. But then explain this to me. The speaker isn't certain. The courts aren't certain. The constitutional experts aren't certain. The MLAs supposedly on the rebels' own side aren't certain. BJP isn't celebrating like it's certain. The only people in this entire story behaving like the outcome is already decided are the 20 MPs who left, and the people typing it confidently into a comment box. History remembers politicians who knew exactly when to leave a sinking ship. It remembers far less kindly the ones who jumped overboard before checking if the water was actually rising. You were watching Fault Lines. I'm Abhijit.